Sage Steele, a sports journalist and personality, and Terrence K. Williams, who is a so-called comedian, they had some things to say about former President Barack Obama. And I'll start off with Sage's comment, and then I'll read Terrence's. She says, "I hate that this is true, but it is undeniable. The president that had the best opportunity to unite America did the opposite, and it wasn't an accident." All right, so now Terrence goes on to say, Barack Obama wasn't America's savior. He was the spark that set this country on fire. The damage he caused to our unity, our police, and our faith in one another is something this nation is still paying for today. He didn't bring hope or unity. He brought division. He turned Americans against each other and started a war on cops that ripped this country apart. Under his watch, hating law enforcement became a trend, and every police officer was treated like the enemy instead of the protector. Before Obama, people respected the badge. After him, cities burned, officers were ambushed, and criminals were praised as heroes. He fueled a race war so toxic it felt like America had been dragged back to the 1950s and 60s. He didn't heal old wounds. He ripped them wide open. He didn't lead, he lectured. And he didn't unite, he divided. The damage he caused to our unity, our police, and our faith in one another is something this nation is still paying for today. And it's like, okay, get off the gas, Terrence. Get off the gas. First of all, you're blaming Obama. Now listen, we got a lot of criticism for Obama, so please do not mistake me in that. We know that he did not give a damn and still do not about Black Americans, so we'll never mistake that. But back to all this foolishness as far as he's, ripped this country apart. And, I guess people used to love the police until he got in office. And now we feel like we're, he took us to the 1950s and 60s. It's like, if you don't knock it off. See, I know how, much of a rug that you cut for Trump and, MAGA and all of that. And that's your business. But you ain't got to lie to kick it. Let's keep it a buck, especially Black Americans. We ain't never really liked the police like that because the police ain't never liked us, right? The police been messing with us since they've been messing with our ancestors on those plantations. And so you blaming Obama for that? Yeah, we can blame Obama for a whole lot of stuff. Again, participating in the benign neglect of Black Americans. Yes, we can do that. But as far as everybody else, not everybody else benefited from Obama. Yeah, we remember when Trayvon Martin, y'all remember Trayvon Martin there in Florida when he was unalived by that of George Zimmerman? Yeah, we heard that whack statement from Obama. Oh, well, if I had a Black son, I would be concerned. Yeah, that was about the gist of his whole police brutality initiative, if you want to call it that, because it wasn't, right? We know that he actually issued a blue alert for the police. So what are you talking about? People hated the police. Obama didn't hate the police. He made sure that if the police were in danger, that the blue alert would go out. Hello, you're in danger. But he never issued no black alert. So yeah, what are you talking about? He ripped this nation apart. And let me keep it honest with you. As far as we're concerned, the nation was never together at all. Now let's get back to Sage Steele. We know that you don't like Obama, and that's your business. A lot of us don't really feel all that much for him either. But we know that you were one of them. It sounds like you may be, MAGA too. We heard a lot about you. But you also were running around talking about, Obama ain't Black, right? You were challenging whether he was Black or not. As like, he looked like you. People could have that same argument about you. I mean, if they want to go there, y'all look alike. So what are you talking about? He's not Black. Now, of course, that goes in with the whole birther issue that Trump raised about Obama not really being born here and all this other nonsense, right? And then she went on to talk about how she's experienced more racism from Black people than anybody else. Is like, okay, there you go with that one. First of all, we know that Black people cannot be racist because we do not have the ability to be racist. But I guarantee you, Sage has probably experienced a lot more racism from the white folks at the television stations than she has from Black people. But yeah, your Terrences and your Sages, they like to tap dance for a good old butter biscuit every now and again. But listen, again, as I said, I'm not defending Obama, but y'all ain't got to lie to kick it, okay? Obama loved the police. As I said, he gave them legislation and a whole host of other things. And everybody else benefited but Black Americans. So y'all don't need to lie on the man. If you don't like the man, that's your business. But don't lie on the man. Because you be better off telling the truth. Because when we tell the truth about people, then people really get a fair understanding as to why they're being critiqued. But when you just make stuff up, and I know why you're doing it, you're feeding red meat to white people who will never like you or nor give you anything other than a butter biscuit. They will never give you no red meat, so stop giving it to them. So anyway, y'all let me know what you think of that. And for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Demetra Kaye Show, here on YouTube. Peace.